Lester's Story, Part 4. First he looked in the dictionary for definitions of happiness and life. This didn't tell him anything he didn't already know. Next he went to his library of books collected over the years. There was Freud. Could there be anything useful in that? No, he'd tried Freudian analysis for years, and it hadn't helped. He'd also read every book Freud had written that had been translated into English, and hadn't found the answers. No, Freud had no answers for him. He went on to others. Watson's Behaviorism, Jung, and Adler. Nothing for him in those either. Then there were the philosophers. He began taking books from the shelves, putting them in a pile. He'd read them all cover to cover more than once, but maybe he'd missed something. After all, he thought, he hadn't then had specific questions. Taking books to his chair by the window, he began to read. He skimmed through them one after the other, stopping to read paragraphs or pages here and there. His head began to feel clogged with information, and his thoughts were spinning. More and more impatient, he went back to the shelves for other books, books on medicine, physics, engineering. He had books on everything, and he looked through them all over the next 2 days. The room was a mess. Books piled everywhere, some lying open on the floor where he had thrown them in the frustration. The only ones left on the shelves were a joke book and some biographies, which had been given him as gifts. Where to look next? You were always a smart boy, he told himself. Didn't you win a full scholarship to Rutgers by competitive exams when there were only 3 being given? And in school, weren't you always on the honor roll? And haven't you read tons of stuff on man, from engineering and physics to psychiatry and philosophy and medicine? Well, if you're so smart, big shot, what did all that study and knowledge and reading get you? Migraines, kidney stones, ulcers, appendicitis, pain, misery, unhappiness, and finally a coronary, which should have finished me off and didn't. What more do I need before I can come to my senses? For a smart boy, Lester, you are stupid. Stupid! Stupid! All that knowledge has availed you nothing. And here you are looking for more, wanting more books written by someone else who hasn't found the answers either. That's that, he told himself. I'm finished with all that crap. With that decision, he felt a lifetime burden lift from his shoulders. Suddenly he felt light, almost giddy. He realized he'd actually been looking for the same answers all his life. But now he knew, without a doubt, that if they were to be found in any of the conventional places, he would have already found them. He would have to look somewhere else, and he thought he knew where. He would put all that useless knowledge aside, disregard everything he'd learned, go back to the lab, and start from scratch. The problems were within him, he reasoned. It was his body, his mind, his emotions. The answers must be within him too. That was his lab, and that was where he would look. It felt good. End of part 4.